Yes Have Some podcast is brought to you by Carnivorous Creations, your one-stop shop for all of your Proton Pack building needs. If you're in the market for a Proton Pack, head to carnivorouscreations.com. That's carnivorous with a K. You're going to find aluminum motherboards, resin parts, fiberglass shells, and a whole lot more. Find them on Facebook at Carnivorous Creations or head straight to carnivorouscreations.com, remember carnivorous with a K, and get started on an authentic, screen-accurate Proton Pack.
Do you want some coffee, Mr. Tully?
Do I?
Yes, have some.
Yes, have some.
Ernie Hudson.
He'll show up.
Okay.
But what happens if you say it more than 3 times? Like, then it goes away? I don't know.
If you say it 10 times, they'll start putting his face on the shirts.
I knew that was coming. He starts to appear on the cover of your DVD.
No, I would like to go up to the Ghostbusters firehouse and do a chalk outline of a door on the side of it and just walk through. And be like, Ernie Hudson, Ernie Hudson, Ernie Hudson.
Knock 3 times.
Yeah.
Draw a door.
Draw a door. Alec Baldwin. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to
What's
episode 80 of Yes Have Some podcast.
Whoa. 80, huh?
80. We've done this 80 times. And
We're still doing the show?
We're still doing it. We're here.
Y'all still got that show?
We've been on I'm not going to call it a hiatus because we've been extremely busy doing Yes Have Some related things.
We've been hustling.
We've been hustling and bustling.
Oh, there's been some bustle.
I bustled.
Mm-hmm.
And but we're back now because there's a shit ton going on in the world of pop culture and cinema. And we feel like it's time for us to start talking about it again. How do you guys feel?
Yeah. I feel worn out from what we've been doing and ready to talk about movies again.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about some movies. And I guess we won't go too detailed into our goings-on over the weekend, but I don't think it's any secret that we've been doing some...
We were posting pictures. I think people who are
Yeah.
listening Group Therapy or follow us on Facebook know.
Right. I think we've been kind of being quiet about it. And I think the reason we've all been being very quiet about it is because I think deep down inside we were a little scared maybe it wasn't going to happen.
Jake,
Yeah.
that's exactly how I felt. It's like, I'm not going to spoil this. I'm not
I
gonna
was
tell
like,
people.
I don't want to say anything. I don't want to jinx it. There's always a chance it could fall apart, which I guess, you know what, there's still a chance it could fall apart, but it's done.
Yeah.
It's done.
It's in the can.
It's done.
I know.
Done, it's done, and we have showed people that something is happening. So
Something's
it's out.
happening.
Yeah. I was like texting with my brother a picture of the set, and he was like, "Whoa, what's that? What is that set for?" And I was like, "Oh, our YouTube show. Have I not even told you? Like, I've been underground preparing for this,
Right?
And also secretly wondering if it would actually happen because,
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't taken on something this like enormous.
I'll say this:
so.
we're relaunching our YouTube channel, and there's going to be a Yes Have Some YouTube show. And there's more details to come, but we had a ton of fun filming, and it was definitely a big undertaking.
It was a bonding experience.
I think we all had those feelings of this maybe was a little bit like biting off more than we could chew, but it turned out great.
Literally.
Some of it was a little hard to chew.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
I won't go there. Just don't expect a lot of Chewbacca talk, like at all,
Or any.
like not once,
Yeah.
like not once. But
there's some chewy things.
there's some chewy things, and so we'll have more details on that as we go along. But we're not going to get too far into it because right now we're here to talk about Jurassic World. We're here to talk about Star Wars: The Last Jedi comes out tomorrow night, and I don't know. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like I love big movie releases. They're very stressful. We all know, like, we've all been avoiding
Should we do like a quick what's stressing? Because I know right off the top what's stressing me out the most about movies and going to see movies.
Are you talking about an impromptu what's stressing
impromptu?
right now?
You probably know exactly what this is, Craig, too.
Well,
but I feel like we need to share it and get it off our chest.
I do want to do one more housekeeping thing before we do that.
Okay.
Friend of the podcast and listeners, Zach Krago sent us an awesome care package in the mail. I know he'd been working on it for a while. He let us know it was coming. Had some vintage toys and stickers and cards.
Handmade stuff, new stuff, old stuff.
No, Ghostbuster stuff, Terminator stuff, Jurassic Park stuff.
Stephen King stuff.
It was really, really cool. We really appreciate stuff like that. He went out of his way to send us a little Christmas care package, and we wanted to thank him. Hey, listen, we love getting stuff in the mail. If you have the need or desire to provide gifts and you want to shower us...
not working.
Jesus. It's not,
Fuck me.
Should we just call it?
Yeah, because
it's just cutting out over and over.
Fuck.
So sometimes this happens with Skype, and it has to do with like
usage.
Just a lot of people using Skype at once. Do we? I mean, I'm working from home tomorrow. We could try again in the.
We could do it earlier
late morning.
if you have time, Jake.
Well, tomorrow's Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I gotta work, so.
I mean, you could. Do you want to just try to keep going since you can hear us now, or?
I mean, if we don't do it tonight,
yeah, we're fucked.
It's not going to get done until next Wednesday.
Right.
Like it won't, because I'm going to be gone all weekend. I don't know what to do as far as
you can hear us
cutting out.
Can you hear us right now?
I can right now, yeah.
All right, let's just keep going, and if it cuts out again, we'll stop. But maybe we'll get lucky. So thank you to Zach. And we really appreciate it. And, I don't know. Abby, you want to do what's stressing? You stressed out?
Yeah. I was alluding to my stress, which I think you're probably feeling too. We've got tickets to see The Last Jedi tomorrow at a nice theater. It's definitely my favorite theater to go see premieres at. But the thing about it is we don't have reserved seats. So we're going to, is it a 7 or a 7:30?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. So I don't know what time we're going to show up for this thing and what kind of seats we're going to get and who we're going to have to like fight off and like what the line situation is going to be. So I'm a little bit stressed about that.
Yeah.
I'm extremely stressed.
I feel like for the last couple of years, all of the theaters in Atlanta have kind of gone to reserved seating. And we didn't want to see The Last Jedi in 3D for the first time seeing it. We wanted just the regular cut. So we opted to go for a non-reserved regular screening. And because of that, we're just going to have to get to the theater like multiple hours before it starts. And I don't think I've done that since maybe like The Dark Knight 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Jake, what's your Last Jedi situation for tomorrow night?
I don't even have like solid plans. I'm just going to pick a movie time and just go, because I live in Valdosta and our theaters aren't crazy like they are up there, and they don't have reserved. We have one theater, we don't have reserved seating, and I don't think there's ever been like danger of anything selling out. So I'll pick a time and I'll go to it.
Well, we should just go to Valdosta.
Like normal people.
Hey.
That would solve all the stress.
I actually agree. What's everybody's excitement level? I know that we've all been kind of caught up with Star Wars lately, and
dude, I feel like I've been on the Death Star. So.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've been distracted with so much going on that I haven't really been able to kind of sit down and put a lot of thought or let my expectations build up too much. So I think that might actually end up being better because, God, when you get super hyped, the odds of it living up to those expectations are pretty, I don't know.
Slim.
It doesn't happen always. Jake, how are you feeling? You excited?
I feel kind of like you do. I think we had a lot to do over the last couple of weeks, and especially the last weekend was very busy for us. And to me, it's almost like I'm almost like kind of checked out. Like I'm excited that there's a Star Wars movie coming out, but I'm also, I don't know. It's like there's nothing. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna go see this movie. Like it's almost like it hasn't hit me yet.
Right.
It's just hitting me like right now. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, well, what shirt am I gonna wear? And then I realized I have like 500 Star Wars shirts.
Yeah.
I actually feel like I'm probably more like steeped in Star Wars than possibly ever since we went to Celebration this year. And, you know, doing what we did over the last couple weeks creatively, it's like, you know, I feel like I'm deep in and I'm probably the most ready as I've ever been. But also, like, I haven't been watching the trailers or, reading articles. I've tried to stay away. I know the Rotten Tomatoes score, but, like, I'm trying to keep as distant as possible.
Do you think listeners to the show are getting mad at us because we're dancing around? Like, they just want to know what we're working
They just want to know what we did.
We're not going to tell you.
Hey, listen, guys, trust me. We're not telling you. So get over it. Get off your high horse.
Get off your tauntauns. I think tomorrow I'll probably put on The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
And that's probably what's going to do it. Like, I'll probably be at work. I'm going to put Force Awakens on, and I'm going to be like, oh my God, this is happening tonight.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be mad sitting in the theater when Daisy Ridley's on screen. I'm going to have to tell everybody to leave the theater so I can have some alone time.
Yeah.
Because it's been 2 years since I've seen my girl.
It's been a while.
And I just don't want to share her. I don't even want to share her with Luke Skywalker. I'm like,
She's going to be mad at you.
I want to train her.
She's going to be mad at you for that little. She's going to be mad at you for that little fling you had with Rogue One.
Jones? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that lasted like a day. Yeah. I was like on the Felicity Jones bandwagon for about a week. Mm-hmm. Do you like it? That lasted a day. What was it? A week? And then I jumped back. Daisy's my girl, and I love her. And it's not because she's beautiful. It's because she's a strong Jedi. I think.
Yeah.
And maybe
we're
Sith
hoping,
or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tomorrow night, it all changes.
Right now, you know what we should do? What's the craziest twist that could happen in Star Wars tomorrow that we don't know now that we might know tomorrow night? Go.
Kylo Ren has a vagina.
Whoa.
Or
I don't think that's a twist.
No, he at the beginning of the movie he doesn't, but he acquires one by the end.
That's fantastic.
That's
And then
that's my prediction.
The third film in the trilogy is all about him learning how to use it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Doing the exercises. Getting that mirror.
Vaginas are strong in my family.
Using the Force.
I had one.
You can force choke.
My father had one.
Force clench.
My sister
Force
had
kegel.
one. I'm just doing my own thing. I don't know, Jake. In all seriousness, what is the? Oh my God, it's hitting me.
What?
I want to go watch The Last Jedi right now.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody make it happen for me.
Okay.
Jake, what's the craziest thing? Let's have this conversation. Let's just do it. Ready? I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't plan on going here. What is the craziest thing that could happen? And it'll be funny because we're going to release this episode the afternoon of The Last Jedi. So by the time people are listening to it, our predictions
some people will have seen them.
Yeah, our predictions will either be spot on or wow, they don't know what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I think a pretty crazy thing that might be in the realm of possibility is Kylo Ren and Rey both switching sides.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I feel a face turn.
Jesus Christ.
Like that seems insane, and like I don't want that. I don't want it because everybody loves Rey, and you're like, she's gonna be. You watch Force Awakens, and you're like, oh, she's gonna be like the savior of this entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But then you're like, you see that little bit of Kylo kind of already turning in the first, like he's got doubts about the dark side.
Yeah.
And you're like, what if they both turn? That would be insane. It would be something completely different, which is what they're saying about this movie is like, there's a crazy thing that's going to happen that you're not expecting. That is what it could be.
Imagine all the, imagine all of the little girls who are like obsessed with Rey, like leaving the theater crying.
She kills Luke.
Yeah,
she just starts murdering porgs.
She's kicking him.
Imagine if the second Wonder Woman movie.
Did you say Rey kills Luke?
Yeah,
Jesus.
Is that upsetting or that's my crazy call?
Oh my!
That's the crazy thing that I'm gonna say.
I don't know. I mean, listen, what we're talking about here in the world of professional wrestling, it's called a double turn. It's one of the hardest things in the world to pull off, but it happened perfectly executed at WrestleMania 13. Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. If you have the WWE Network, go check it out. At the beginning of the match, Steve Austin was the bad guy. Bret Hart was the good guy. And by the end of the match, they had switched roles. And I don't know, man. Jake? Ab? B?
Mm-hmm.
That's your name?
Ab is good, too.
Those are two bold
Face
predictions.
turn, heel turn.
But neither, like, both of those things are things I think people have talked about. Like, is there something that could just be so, like, wow,
I would prefer that to them to like a blood relation reveal where it's like, because I toyed with that idea of like, are Kylo and Rey brother and sister like separated at birth? How would, if Leia's, you know, like, how would she lose a kid kind of a thing? Like, how does that happen? I feel like it's more interesting to have them cross over and, like, go through that progression and change as characters.
Well, here's the thing we know about Star Wars. It's always about family, and it's always about the Skywalker family, and lineage is a giant part of it. So there's a reason, like, we found out in the first movie that Kylo Ren was obviously the son of Leia and Han Solo. There is a reason why they have not revealed Rey's last name or given her, like, we are going to find out where she came from. And it's like, I'm not going to be disappointed with whatever it is because there's only so many possibilities, which are she's related to Luke, she's related to Obi-Wan, she is somehow a I don't know, another virgin birth, like similar to Anakin Skywalker, or possibly something else. Like, I don't think it's just going to be like, oh, it's some Jedi we've never heard of. So there's only so many possibilities.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm not Rian Johnson, and I don't want to be the guy to be like, there's only 4 things you could possibly do.
Yeah.
I don't know what, like,
Right.
And then we walk out of the theater like, I did not see that coming at all.
Right.
So maybe she's Yoda's daughter. Maybe Rey's
What if
800 years old?
What if Rey accidentally kills Luke during training, and then she has to, like, she gets back on the Millennium Falcon and, like, flies back to everybody, and she's like, "Oh, I couldn't find him.
It's weird.
He just wasn't there."
She's
So,
like,
R2 had the wrong map or something. I don't know.
Yeah. He must have left.
She has to kill Chewie. Like, doesn't Chewie go with her? No, who went with her? Like, it was just R2, right?
Yeah.
She destroys R2.
Yeah. That droid
R2
sucks.
Yeah, he fell apart. Like,
R2 into the ocean.
Yeah. That map was no good, so we're
Right
gonna
off
Uh-huh.
have
the
to start over.
Yeah, so I
I
guess
think- I think you guys are crazy. I don't even think Luke Skywalker is real because I haven't met him. That would be funny.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
That's what I'm hoping I see tomorrow.
Or she kills Luke, and then the whole rest of the movie is like Weekend at Bernie's, but Star Wars.
Oh, Luke's fine.
and it's like, and she like has to train a bunch of porgs.
No, wait.
To like be in his clothing and to move around. And
No,
shit.
it's like Weekend at Bernie's 2, and every time the Cantina music plays, Luke's just dancing around.
dancing.
I just saw like a little porg face underneath his hood that made me laugh.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah, like the Muppets.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of them
And
operating.
it's like, oh, cool, they're wearing Luke's trench coat.
Right.
Okay, I like what we're spitballing here. Hey,
I'll watch that.
I feel
I'll
like
watch that.
we could be seeing the future of the trilogy here. Another question: any chance Han Solo's in this movie in any capacity?
Flashback?
Yeah, flashback.
Flashback?
I think we're gonna get. I think we'll probably get some sort of flashback of him, Luke, and Leia together.
Yeah.
In between the events, you know, of they might be digitally
Yikes.
Wait,
younger.
it's a scene that takes place right after Return of the Jedi ends, and it's just the 3 of them, and they're like, and Han and Luke's like, well, what should we do now? And Han's like, me and Leia are gonna go make children. What are you gonna do, Luke? He's like, I'm gonna find the Last Jedi temple. See you guys later. And then it's like, the backstory's been filled in.
There it is.
So, well, between Kyber
Han's like,
Crystal,
I'm gonna go wash my dog. Come on, Chewie.
we find out that Chewbacca's actually Wookiees are dogs. Like, they're actually dogs.
They're just the evolution of dogs.
Are we gonna get? All right, let's just keep going with this. Are we gonna get a flashback scene that shows the time that Maz Kanata had? Was that her name? Maz Cantina. What's her name?
Maz Katana
Maz.
has a cantina.
She had a relationship with Chewie. I think they had a fling. Would you guys want to watch that?
Yeah, I'd pay.
But did she actually have a fling?
She just likes
She's
him.
like,
I think she just I just think she likes him.
yeah.
What's not to like?
He ain't into that.
He ain't into that.
He must have been so brave. Ladies like Chewie. I mean, he's cute, he's fluffy, he's soft to the touch.
Yeah, that's true.
I imagine.
Laugh
Somebody asked,
it
I
up,
remember
Fuzzball.
someone submitted a question asking what kind of conditioner they thought Chewie, or what kind of conditioner we thought Chewie used.
Probably herbal essences.
Yeah.
Because he's like making the.
You think so?
I can't. I'm too tired to make a Chewbacca noise.
I know.
We'll add it in post.
We'll do it.
Who's sick of
Do it
hearing
post
that? I am.
Which camera am I looking at?
But so yeah, we got Last Jedi. I know now. I'm hyped. Like
Yeah.
now that there's a chance of
Weekend at Luke's.
Yeah.
Now that we think that's on the table, we're gonna get there even earlier tomorrow.
Also, what if there's a scene where Luke and Rey are traveling back to meet up with Leia, and they get into a huge fight, and then Rey breaks off from Luke, and Luke trades in the Millennium Falcon for that little motorbike that Jim Carrey finds in Dumb and Dumber. And they're like on Hoth, and he's like, he comes,
Fair, I know what's happening.
What if that happens, guys?
Okay. Are we talking about a mashup?
So what other movies can we steal from? No, I don't know. I don't think Luke's dying in this movie. I don't think, because Han Solo's death was such a shock in the last one and a point of contention. I think someone's gonna die in this movie.
Well, I think Leia's gonna die.
I think Kylo Ren's gonna die in this movie.
Yeah.
I think because I always get.
I think we're getting a double death. I think we're getting two of them.
God, I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't think Leia's gonna die in this movie. Unless that was the original plan. But like, it would just be.
They
weird.
said there were no rewrites, correct?
Yeah, it would be weird to have the trilogy and like each one a new character from the old dies off. Like
that's true. That's true. But like, how I just don't understand how else they're gonna explain no Leia in the third film.
Maybe she just gets fired. Like, guys,
they're like, oh wait, you're awful at this.
Yeah, like
you have let 3 Death Stars be, just go away.
Right.
Oh my god.
Maybe she just quits. Maybe she's like, hey, you know what? Like,
she retires.
My son just killed my husband.
Yeah,
Yes.
she wants to go chill out.
Yeah, my son just did the thing I've wanted to do for 30 years. Oh man. You guys notice how tight Han Solo's pants are in The Force Awakens? He's looking good.
That's good.
So anyways, we'll be breaking down The Last Jedi in a full review next week. I know all of us like to wait until we see the box office numbers, and I know that I'm gonna see it multiple times this weekend. There's no way I'm not seeing this movie multiple times.
And we're gonna hit those spoils, so we should give it a couple days.
Yeah, give it a couple days. Give everybody a chance to see it. Give George Lucas a chance to see it and talk about how it's not what he would have done. And then we'll all get back together next week, and we'll start thinking about Episode 9 and how J.J. Abrams is gonna fuck it up for everybody. Real quick. Another bit of Star Wars news. Thank you for the stress, Abby. I really appreciate it. I think that Yes Have Some listening audience appreciates it. We talked a little bit, I don't know if we mentioned it on the podcast, about, oh God, I'm going to butcher his name again. The director of Thor Ragnarok.
Taika Waititi?
Taika Waititi. I should somebody look up his name.
It's close.
It's not that.
Taika. It's
Taika Waititi. Or as Abby just looked up, Tiki Barber. Taika Waititi. Yeah, Taika Waititi. He publicly said he wanted to direct a Star Wars movie. Kathleen Kennedy said she'd love to. Well, news broke today that the long-rumored Boba Fett movie is still in production, and his name is attached to it. So, Jake, there's some conflict for you.
Yeah, well, it's like it could be good, though, because Thor Ragnarok was great. I like the direction.
I'll take a Boba Fett comedy.
Yeah. Jake says no, thank you.
Yeah. Maybe Boba Fett, this is it. Well, when would it take place? Because he's dead. God, who cares? Let's cross that bridge.
Who cares about Boba Fett?
A lot of people.
No.
Why? We have no idea.
They're all wrong.
Yeah.
You guys want to talk about Jurassic World?
I guess.
I bet Jake does.
Dun, dun, meow,
Meow, meow, meow, meow, meow, meow, meow.
That was good. You should just keep doing that.
You think?
Yeah.
Meow, 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 meow.
Here, hold on. Wait, you guys keep doing that, and I'm gonna give it some voiceover. Go ahead.
Meow, meow, meow.
Meow, 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 meow.
Life cannot be contained. Life breaks free. Life finds a way. That's all I got.
I liked it.
We just lost all of our
I think it's better than the trailer.
We are very sorry for what just happened.
No, that was good. That was good stuff.
Hot take. Good. Jurassic Park is John Williams' best score.
Oh.
That's not a hot take. That's like, absolutely 100%
yeah, 100%.
correct.
There are people
I stand behind that.
There are people who contest that E.T. and Jaws are better scores than Jurassic Park.
They're both good, but they're not better than Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Sorry, guys.
We are dropping bombs.
It's true.
All right, cool. So last week, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, the trailer is out after a couple days of teases and kind of stop and go, false starts. We got the full trailer. We love Jurassic Park around here. It's one of the reasons why we started this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob
it's one of my
Walsh,
first stresses was Jurassic World, actually.
Let's just talk about it. Let's break it down. I mean, we've all been looking forward to the trailer. Jake, what'd you think?
Well, I don't think it's the greatest trailer to exist, but I kind of like... So the trailer's fun for sure, but I feel it makes me just wonder, and I feel like we talk about this a lot. Why is it not like, whose job is it to cut trailers? Is it just, there should just be a group of people who that's what they want to do, that's what they learn to do, and they do it well. Because I feel like trailers for some movies, like Star Wars, I don't know, are great. Yeah. And then like the trailer for Jurassic World, a trailer for any movie in the Jurassic Park franchise, it should be a better trailer than what we got. It's not awful, but it's just like, it's just a little weird and it was kind of silly. But I remember the first Jurassic World was kind of the same. The trailer was like, it was just kind of a weird trailer. And Jurassic World itself, while being nothing like Jurassic Park, it's still a really fun movie and it still has a bunch of dinosaurs and, was, to me, I think better than the last two films in the franchise. So I was kind of expecting it to be like that. I was like, okay, I should expect another Jurassic World movie, not like a Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Right.
So when I saw the trailer, I was like, cool. That's kind of what I expected. Mm-hmm. I liked seeing, all the dinosaurs. I wish, I feel like, I'm pretty sure I predicted on the show a couple months back that they would have Jeff Goldblum saying life finds a way in the trailer. But I feel like they didn't use that to the most like effective.
No, they didn't.
I felt like it was weird.
It was almost hidden. You couldn't, it didn't stand out the way that it really should for being like the best line and the most iconic said by him from the original. So
I feel like it could have been, so they show the T-Rex in the trailer, which, they were kind of hiding the T-Rex for the first film. And it's not bad to not hide it. Like we saw it recently, you know what I mean? Right. It's like, you don't have to hide him anymore. We saw her. So
yeah,
they show her like save them basically and do this really great, roar with the volcano in the background. And it's the like best looking shot in the trailer. And I feel like that should have been the button at the end of it. Like it should have been Jeff Goldblum saying at the very end of the trailer, life finds a way. Cut to that T-Rex.
Yeah. It's like there was some good stuff in that trailer, but the way it was diced almost took the momentum out and like drained some of the emotion that you wanted to feel.
It's weird because it's like with these big tentpole movies, like the trailers are always kind of the same. We've talked about it like a lot. We've probably worn it out. But it hits some good beats. Like the weirdest thing to me is that they're trying to explain the plot, like with voiceover,
which they should have just said, "Hey, isn't this a lot like what happened right after Jurassic Park?"
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Jurassic World or Jurassic Park: The Lost World.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same plot.
It is the same plot. It's just weird because it's like, I get you. I hear you, Jay. Mm-hmm. It's the same. It's the same movie. Mm-hmm. No, what's his face? Vince Vaughn.
Yeah,
Vince Vaughn this time.
They're hiding him. He's going to be
Vince Vaughn with his weird like, not fitting well
Hat, cable sweater.
Ribbed sweater.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I took pictures of lions. I can do dinosaurs too.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's actual dialogue for the movie. So the trailer has voiceover that is explaining like why, like what's going on. They're like, there's a volcano on the island. It's going to blow up. We have to save the dinosaurs.
These ghosts can kill people.
Exactly. Like why everybody going to see Jurassic World knows there's going to be dinosaurs. There's going to be Chris Pratt. There's going to be cool stuff happening.
Yeah.
Nobody needs to know. Like
that voiceover convolutes it and takes away from what are stunning images that should stand on their own and probably be paired with better music. I didn't like that like synthy violin
remix.
Yeah, I wasn't into that. I felt like there could have been a better use of the original score, which is awesome. So
I think the thing that's tough with Jurassic Park is like we've been seeing there's 4 Jurassic Park movies starting in 93, so we're talking like we're going to be coming up against 30 years a couple years down the road. So seeing dinosaurs isn't all that like mind-blowing anymore. We've seen great looking dinosaurs on screen.
We need to see them in the ocean with the gyrosphere. That's like
yeah, exactly.
That's what they're like, hey, check this out. This one's new.
Right. I will say that I think it's cool that they're continuing the story of Claire and Owen, and that like a lot of times with these sequels to the super successful movies, like the people don't come back and then you just get like the same movie retold with like similar characters.
Dude, I hope they had a kid and that kid is on the island just like surviving, just like
oh shit.
Just
like Jurassic Park 3?
Yeah, just take it all. No, but I do, speaking of Claire and Owen, I didn't love Claire that much in Jurassic World. So I like the stuff that I've heard about how her character's like apparently cares about dinosaurs and is like heading up an organization to go back and save them. And from the look of it, she looks like I like her. I think I like Bryce Dallas Howard now, and I don't know. I think I'm ready to like really like her in this movie. So she
I'm
looks really
coming
good in the
around.
trailer.
I'm coming around to her.
You think you might like her, Jake?
Jake might like her a little bit. So I feel yeah, no, go for it. You're good.
No, it's looking good, and I think like I know a lot of people were getting mad. This is something we talked about how if you watch this trailer, it almost seems like they're showing too much, and some people are like, why would they show like the volcano stuff? Like that's all going to be the end of the movie. Like the director came out and he was like, hey, everything in that trailer is from before the first hour of the film.
Dude,
right.
Here's the question.
Like they
continue.
What?
Are those dinosaurs going to make it across and like be in the city on land?
Well, I'm 100% sure that I think they are, because there's even stuff in the there was that like behind the scenes thing that came out like a day before the trailer.
Yeah.
And it showed it showed Claire, Owen, and another character in this place, like kind of walking around. There's a body on the floor, and then the body gets pulled behind that thing. Mm-hmm. That place they're in, that is the big mansion that you see at the beginning. Like that picture that came out that had all the dinosaur bones. There's like the big triceratops. Mm-hmm. That is that mansion, and that mansion belongs to the character that's playing like John Hammond's partner or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure he does not live on the island. So so I am pretty sure dinosaurs are coming off this island. Like,
I hope it's the bad guy from Ace Ventura 2.
It's just
that's
the whole plot. Yeah. It's him.
Yes, Mr. Ventura.
Hey, so I don't know if you guys know this, and I read this the other day, and I guess it could like it's a rumor. I don't know if it could be. I don't know if you can consider it a spoiler because nobody has like. There's no news for this.
Right.
Yeah.
But there is a website reporting that Sam Neill is in this movie.
What?
I mean,
yeah.
Alan.
There's no reason why he couldn't or shouldn't be. Like, I think Sam Neill is the kind of guy who would get a call like, hey, you want to do a cameo in the new Jurassic Park, work for a couple days or a day? Like, why not? You know?
I hope he is for sure. Like, I would almost rather see Alan Grant come back than Ian Malcolm. And we already know that Ian Malcolm is barely in this movie. Like, you know, I think we talked about it. I think our predictions are probably that he's only in that one scene.
This is what you do. This
get
is
Laura Dern.
what you do. That scene with Jeff Goldblum, I hope that court, like that tribunal or whatever he's doing, I hope that's the last scene of the movie. And it's setting up a third Jurassic World movie. And when he walks out, Laura Dern and Sam Neill are waiting for him. And it's like, it's implied that the third movie is, we're doing it.
Yes.
They're doing it. God, dude, that would be amazing.
Pop the champagne.
Because
Dude, that's what I want to see. I just got like goosebumps.
Right.
Like, just thinking about those three together.
Yep.
The website that's reporting, they're reporting that he's been seen like around the set. And there's like no substantial news, there's no pictures or anything, but the website is also the first website that broke the rumor that Matt Damon was going to be in Thor.
Yeah.
So like they're reputable. They're reputable.
So, well, Jake, tell us about some of these new dinosaurs we're seeing.
Yeah, so I guess one of the main new dinosaurs is the Baryonyx, and that's the one that whenever in the trailer when he's like, it's the T-Rex, and she's like, it's not the T-Rex, and then that dinosaur comes out of the sewer, the Pennywise dinosaur. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's Baryonyx. So that's going to be in the film. I don't know how much it's going to be in the film, but it is.
Forgive me, is that a real dinosaur?
That is a real dinosaur, yeah, for sure. It's obviously like the rest of the Jurassic Park dinosaurs. I don't. From what I can tell, it's probably not like the most accurate Baryonyx, but it is a real dinosaur. You don't get to see it that much in the trailer, so I'm not sure. But as far as any other new dinosaurs, I'm not sure. There's
really
one
Sorry, I was gonna say that scene where. Is that the dinosaur when they're like they've got all the lava dripping out of the pipes or whatever?
Yeah,
like,
that's the Baryonyx.
That's very cool because like that aesthetic is different than anything we've ever seen in a Jurassic Park world.
Yeah, it looks
a Jurassic Park world.
No, you're right. And Entertainment Weekly posted that picture of that scene with the dinosaur, you know, facing them down, and I was like, whoa! I was like, this looks cool. Yeah. Like that was I sent it to you guys, and we were just like, holy shit, this looks great. There's a couple other new dinosaurs. The T-Rex, the one that the T-Rex takes down is a Carnotaur. That I think maybe there was one of those in Jurassic Park 3 for a very short period of time. But there is a new hybrid in this movie.
Okay.
But they haven't shown it yet. It's not in the trailer at all, and people are guessing that that's going to be what the second half of the film is going to be about.
Right. Yeah. God, what if it's a T-Rex but it's like 3 times the size of a T-Rex?
I'm into it. It stops up the volcano.
Yep.
It's pretty much that would be amazing, but it's pretty much confirmed that it's like a raptor-sized Indominus.
Right, like a
they're calling it like an Indoraptor.
Right.
So you got a lot of them, or just one?
I don't know.
If they're
I don't
smaller,
know that
usually
yet.
you get a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually you do, but I have no clue. They literally didn't show you anything from the second half of the movie, I think. So
anything less than Owen riding Blue through the streets of New York, and I'm not going to be happy with this movie.
No, but I am. Speaking of Blue, I'm kind of excited. That was the one little scene that I liked, is where it kind of all comes down on whether or not Blue recognizes Owen, which reminds me of those like YouTube videos of the guy that like knew the lion cubs when they were little, but then sees them when they're older, and it's like that tense moment of like, is it going to kill him or recognize him?
Is it going to eat his face?
I always
Is it gonna
hope
eat his
I'm like,
face?
because usually the lion like runs up and starts licking him, but like one time the lion's gonna be like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Exactly.
I say go completely post-apocalyptic. I would like to see Jurassic World or Jurassic Park movies move into almost like a Planet of the Apes style, where like we have a third trilogy where
Smart dinosaurs ruling the earth.
no, that's not what I was gonna say.
Okay.
But that would kind of be
Brain
funny.
dinosaurs.
They learn speech.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Caesar. No, I was like, what if they had a series of movies where like the dinosaurs have like the population started spreading and we live in a world where humans are having to coexist with dinosaurs.
They're like
and,
a pestilence
and like hide from them.
Right.
And like live in societies. Like, I don't know. What, because there's only so many times you can have a theme park with dinosaurs and then dinosaurs getting out. Or people going to an island. Like, at some time, you have to kind of take the next step.
Yeah.
change the dynamic.
Which that's
dangerous. Yeah.
Well, that's why for a long time, before Jurassic World was around, the rumor and the scripts that were written were about, militarization.
Yeah, weaponizing.
And weaponizing dinosaurs. And that there were scripts and artwork on that, and then they cut that, and then they hint at that in Jurassic World.
Right.
And they kind of make you think that that's what the sequel is going to be about, and then that's not what the sequel is about.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So like they hint at it, and they tell you, what's I forget his name, but the Edgar in the bug suit, he basically is like, he says it. He's like, imagine 3 of these or a pack of these in overseas in the war, and like he's literally telling them like, hey, that's what we're going to do. And at the end, all the bad guys kind of get all their work and their research, and they take off the island, and you're like, okay, well, all those people are still around, so we're just going to continue this somewhere else.
I think they're going to try to infiltrate all the dinosaurs as they're getting off the island and like swoop in, and then that's like going to be about what happens to them and actually rescuing them from like a bigger bad who's trying to take them to do just that.
Yeah. I mean, there's got to be some sort of antagonist in the movie that is trying to... It's always
something
the same.
worse than the volcano, because if the volcano's in that first bit, then there has to be...
Right. Well, obviously, there's an asteroid headed towards Earth, and they need the world's best deep core dinosaur to get going.
Got it.
No, but I think...
I'm telling you, I think this finale is going to come down to Blue versus the Indoraptor.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I bet that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, and somebody's always
see
trying
that.
to make money. Like, there's always going to be an evil corporation
Yeah, that's
trying
what
to
I'm
figure
saying.
out.
Yeah, I
Someone
mean,
profiting.
InGen's always around or whatever.
And
Right.
it makes sense because if you look at the real world, like, one of the most profitable things in the entire universe is war. Like, war makes money. So imagine I'm not against the idea of the using dinosaurs as weapons or as assets for the prospect of going to war, but there's a right and a wrong way to do that. I don't know what those right and wrong ways are, but I would not. I've always said if I saw Jurassic Park movie,
you support that just in principle or in the movie as a plot
not
point?
principle. I don't support using innocent
Weaponizing,
animals.
okay, got it.
For war.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
would not mind seeing a war scene in like Afghanistan where we're unleashing like 10 raptors on a bunch of terrorists. Like, I want to see that. Who doesn't want to see that? But then it's like,
don't.
you kind of don't. Okay.
I kind of
All
don't.
right.
I don't know. Like, I feel like that kind of stuff I don't know. That's so far out there, and I see what you mean by like we can't just keep going to the park and everything. But like at that point, it's not Jurassic Park anymore. It's not.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Because the
it's
dinosaurs
so
themselves
big.
are
That's
characters.
so big, and it's such
Yeah.
a crazy concept that it's like that's not what I
What
like
if
about
part of the
Jurassic
story
Park.
is like, so you have like major theme parks and then you have like smaller carnivals and roadside attractions? What if like smaller like town to town carnivals are trying to they're like bootlegging dinosaurs and trying to use them?
and breeding them and inbreeding them,
Yeah.
and then those become dangerous.
Yeah.
I just think there's no way to really like. I think Jurassic Park is kind of I don't know. It's almost like a fluke. It's like the first movie is so good and it was so well done and it's a perfect movie, I think. And there's no way to really continue that series without it getting silly and way bigger than it should be and out of hand. There's no way to do it.
I just think the first Jurassic World, like, it made so much money that it was like when I first saw the trailer for Jurassic World, my first thought was, well, Jurassic Park's going to be back for one movie and then it's going to go away again because this does not look good. And it's weird because even it's not Chris Pratt's best work. And
It's not, and we're also. I feel like by the time Jurassic World came out, I was also hitting a point where I'm like, all right, enough Chris
Sick of
Pratt.
him.
I was
Yeah.
kind of hitting that.
Yep.
That
Dude,
thing.
I was like ready for more when I went to see the movie, and disappointed because he wasn't.
He's not funny,
Yeah,
or
he's
anything.
not
You know, he's
funny.
not like.
Doesn't have any good
I
lines.
will say-
It's not a Chris Pratt character.
Jurassic World has a really good rewatchability factor though, because it has like 5 or 6 really fun
Visuals,
scenes.
yeah, and fun
It does.
fun
It
things.
really does. It really does. It's got a lot of good
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
and
So
I
I
mean-
mean, you got to think about that stuff.
Yeah, I liked that stuff, and I'm excited actually because I liked the parts of Jurassic World where they went back to the old park, and I like seeing, like where the nature's reclaimed the park kind of a thing. So I'm excited to see scenes like that and to see some stuff that I recognize from the last movie.
You know what?
In a different way.
You know what might be like a cool way to go with as far as a plot. Like, what if? And I mean, like they kind of have done this a little bit, but at the end of Jurassic World, they all take their research. They're like, it's weird because in all the Jurassic Park films, you got like John Hammond and the guy who what's his name, Maserati or whatever, who ran Jurassic World.
Right.
They're like the good, like visionaries who are just like, we just want to show beauty to the world, and then in both instances you have like infiltrators of
Yep.
this other who are like, no, we need it to do this
Yeah.
and this. Like, what if those people who are just like, nope, we need to do our own thing, we need the John Hammonds to go away. What if in a plot down the road there was like another group who tried to make like their own Jurassic Park? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
that's what happens in the real world. Disney, Universal Studio, like there's
Right. There's
Yeah.
competition.
McDonald's, Burger King, there's always competition. Like, why isn't there another group of people being like, well, why can't we make fucking dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's probably that's
And
one
that
of-
happens on the mainland or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
something
would be
stupid.
interesting.
Yeah.
And it has a different name that's similar to Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it's like Mesozoic,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Mhm.
Cretaceous camp or something. I don't know.
Mom,
Yeah.
I want to go to the dinosaur dome this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I do though. I want to go to the dinosaur dome.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
good name, actually.
I was imagining a movie where
The
like the
dino.
Barbasol can or like an egg somehow wanders or like is lost and winds up at like the house. I'm basically thinking of E.T. Like a bunch of kids have to raise a dinosaur, and like, I don't know how that happens. But maybe that's
They
just
become
my
friends
dream.
with it, the government.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? It wouldn't be bad to have a Jurassic Park movie where they scaled it down to just one dinosaur.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
like
what I'm
that
thinking.
kind
Get
of a
the
plot,
Duffer Brothers.
That kind of a plot, like it sounds. What you were saying sounds ridiculous, but if you if someone sat down,
It
and
was
thought
my
about
childhood
it, and worked
dream.
out
Yeah.
Exactly, but
I
if someone
wanted that.
sat down and thought about it and worked out a plot that made sense,
Mhm.
scaling Jurassic Park down to like, hey, we have to protect this one dinosaur. Some people are after it. It's like,
Mhm.
have you ever heard of the movie Baby?
No.
Mm-mm.
It's an old movie from the '80s. You guys are gonna want to watch this movie. It's an old
Okay.
movie from the '80s, and it's about some people find. I haven't seen it in a very long time. Some people find like a living like brontosaur,
Okay.
Uh-huh.
and it's a baby, and they're trying to take care of it, and there's people after them, and they're like, trying to reunite it with its family wherever its family is, and it's like the whole movie is like trying to just keep this dinosaur safe
Everybody.
and keep it away from the people who want it for
Yeah.
all the wrong reasons.
And Abby's watching the Boss Baby trailer right now. Just to let everyone know.
There's
Wrong trailer.
several movies
But-
named Baby.
But like a plot like that would be cool. It would be a risk because they would be like taking this giant, movie where everybody wants more dinosaurs and more tyrannosaurs and more, and like
No, drop them into
that
a
might
little kid's
be a
house.
serious way to.
How do you reinvent it? Like, let's say this movie is like okay, and they have to go like maybe it doesn't do as well as they want. And they're like you have to think Jurassic Park is such a giant property for Universal that they're going to want to keep it going for a long time. And at some point, you have to reinvent yourself.
I think they should burn everything down and just one dinosaur egg or one embryo makes it, and that dinosaur is raised by 3 kids or 2 kids who are reminiscent of like Lex and Tim or something, and like bring back the childhood wonder and that kind of shit. That's
But then
my
they
new
have
pitch.
to go recruit like
There's another dinosaur, and then they
Sam
breed
Neill
like something. Yeah.
to like help. They should basically just make Logan, but instead of Logan, it's Dr. Grant, and instead of fucking X-23, it's a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Dinosaur.
Okay, I'm down. I'm ready for it.
It's a fucking road movie, and like they pick up Ian Malcolm on the way.
Maybe maybe all the dinosaurs are like the U.S. government's trying to eradicate all dinosaurs, and this is the last living. Like they could call it Jurassic Park, the last dinosaur, and it's Sam, like you said, it's Sam Neill going across country to meet up with somebody who's going to preserve the last living dinosaur.
Trying to take, because like you got to remember that. You got to remember that even though like Sam Neill just got in Jurassic Park, he's a paleontologist.
You gotta. I wish people could see me. I'm doing the Chris Pratt like fist thing in the air.
Your fist thing.
I just said they have to mate. So.
Like there are ways. Like that's why you bring in talented writers who just want to take a stab at something and just try something different. It's not going to happen unless
it's not going to. I don't think it's going to happen because Jurassic World worked. You know, even beyond like. Maybe it even shouldn't have worked, and maybe it did better than.
What I worry about is the inevitable, like the series has run its course, 8 years have gone by, and they're just going to remake Jurassic Park. Like,
they just remake it, yeah.
Because
it'll reach a point where, you know, nobody can come back. They can't do original. You know, it's going to get so. Yeah, I don't know. I understand what you're saying.
There's certain movies where you just are not going to ever be able to recapture because the circumstances, it's not just the dinosaurs look good, it's the build up, it's the director, it's the right script, the right time, and everything just coming together and showing a viewing audience something that they've never even come close to seeing before. Jurassic Park for us is what Star Wars was for people in the 1970s. We went to a theater and for the first time as children saw something that we couldn't believe.
It scared the shit out of me and made me like more excited and on edge, and like I needed that rush and that experience.
Yeah,
and, like I went out and got the soundtrack. We talked about it on that episode we recorded
and that's why the movie is so special to so many people, because there's very few movies that are literal game changers and change the course of the entire film industry. Star Wars was one of them. Jurassic Park was one of them, and then you don't really have. You know, visual effects have been really good for a long time, so there's not, like... That's why James Cameron is trying to up the ante. That's why he wants to make more avatars. He's trying to do things that no one's ever seen before. But because
when you break ground early in your career like that and, like, break the mold, you want to replicate it and, like, do the thing again.
I've actually never thought about it like this. There's a good chance none of us are ever going to experience in a theater what we experienced as kids watching Jurassic Park for the first time. It's not depressing because you can go back. I could put on Jurassic Park right now and get all those same feelings.
Hey, you say that, and there's a big possibility we might like watch Luke Skywalker die tomorrow night.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna walk out of the Last Jedi and be like, "Fuck dinosaurs, fuck Steven Spielberg, and fuck you."
Talking about Jurassic Park being remade though, I think luckily Jurassic Park was made by Steven Spielberg, and he's got a little bit of. He's got a little bit of sway on what happens, and I don't think he would allow a remake. He's very protective of his stuff, and you know, he has had like a say in whether or not his rides get pulled from Universal Studios, and like, I don't think if somebody wanted to make Jurassic Park, I don't think he'd let them.
Right.
I wouldn't put it completely out of possibility that maybe one day down the road someone tries to maybe make a more faithful adaptation of the book.
Right. Which is interesting.
Yeah, it would be. I would watch that, but I don't think, at least while Steven Spielberg is alive, I don't think any of his films are getting remade.
Right.
Because I guarantee you Jaws would be made already.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because of the obvious money and brand recognition.
So, yeah.
But what about Fantastic Park?
Fantastic Park. That's happening.
So look, we've got a lot to look forward to. We've got The Last Jedi tomorrow night. We've got Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom around the corner. There's going to be a Han Solo movie. We've got Avengers. We got Black Panther and all sorts of I say it every year, but 2018 is looking like it's going to be a really fun year at the movies.
Reserve your seats now.
And we'll see what happens with Jurassic World. I'm sure we'll get a couple more trailers, and as we build up to it, we'll be covering it more. And I think we can all say it's going to be fun. It's not going to break any ground.
I'm looking forward to it.
Maybe it'll have a couple twists and turns that we weren't seeing coming, but most of all, we just want to see dinosaurs eating people.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see some they were talking like they were talking so much about how this movie's going to have way more animatronics and be a little darker, and that was getting me very excited. And then, stuff starts coming out, trailer comes out, and I'm like, oh cool, there's like no animatronics in this trailer. I was like, these are basically all CGI creatures. But they have been releasing, like, there was a behind the scenes thing they posted today that's like a minute long, and that behind the scenes thing has a lot of animatronics in it. So like, I am excited we're at least getting more of that.
Right.
I'm not expecting, and I never was expecting, like, the whole movie. I wasn't ever expecting the ratio of animatronics to CGI that like Jurassic Park has.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But just seeing more of it makes me feel good about it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Feeling good?
Feeling
good.
Overall,
I'd give the trailer like a B or B minus.
Yeah.
Like, didn't blow my mind, but it's fine.
Claire's got boots on. I give that an A.
You know what? What I've been learning is, like, I don't want to say regular people. A lot of your average moviegoers didn't even know there was another Jurassic Park being made.
Right.
So it just brings awareness to the fact that 4 or 5 months from now, there's going to be more dinosaurs. And if this movie makes half of what the first one made, I think they'll consider that a success.
Yeah, there better be
I hope it does.
An Owen figure, like an actual action figure that's like not a super tiny one. I hope the toys are better. I hope there's less vehicles.
So Hasbro lost their Jurassic Park license and Mattel has it now. Mattel definitely makes good toys. They do all the WWE toys.
Yeah.
They do all the DC toys. So
their
maybe
packaging's nice.
I haven't really thought about, maybe we'll get a really good line of
that'd be
Jurassic
great.
Park toys.
Cool.
That'd be great. We maybe they'll do like a retro line, and we'll get some of the older. We'll get some figures from the first film.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
This is the 25th anniversary this year, right? I was like, it's almost the 30th, but it's the 25th.
No, it's the 25th, and there's actually, like, I've seen like rumblings that they're gonna really be trying to push Jurassic Park this year, and there's already like a lot of merchandise lined up. Jurassic Park is getting like a little line of those like little golden books. There's
cool.
I've already seen people posting that, like, I think in Target or something, there's like new Jurassic Park like lunch boxes and coffee cups and stuff like that, but not Jurassic World, like Jurassic Park. There's from what I've been seeing, like, around all the like toy sites, is that there's gonna be a good amount of Jurassic Park merchandise coming out this year.
Good stuff.
Well, if I ever knew 3 people that could go to a store and have a little bit of fun looking for Jurassic Park toys, it's the 3 people you're listening to. We will have to go out and buy some toys, document our adventures, and provide them for
sure.
The Yes Have Some. Cool. Well, cool. Well, we can call it a night there. I know we're all exhausted. We're recording later than we normally do due to some technical difficulties and just trying to get organized. But tomorrow night, Last Jedi, we will have our review coming up. Fingers crossed that it's a heck of a good time.
I'm gonna bring my Rogue One tissues in with me.
Very
good. Good idea.
Yeah,
I might need a couple of those.
Whoa.
For crying.
All
right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining Yes Have Some Podcast, episode 80. Before we take off, please don't forget, find us on Facebook at facebook.com/YesHaveSomeCast. And then you can find the official discussion group for all Yes Have Some activities, which is our Yes Have Some Group Therapy. You can just search that on Facebook or link directly from our Facebook page. At YHS Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. We're very active on both of those. And YesHaveSomeCast.com is where you can come check out all of our episodes. Of course, the easiest way to download us is going to be on iTunes. Go to iTunes, subscribe, leave us a 5-star review. If you don't use iTunes, if you have an Android or use another podcast app, make sure you go to find Yes Have Some and subscribe, because that way the episodes automatically come to you. And also, lastly, stay tuned. Yes Have Some will be available on Spotify in the next couple of weeks. We're trying to get that organized. But for all you Spotify subscribers, you'll be able to just go find Yes Have Some and stream it directly off your phone. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of ways to listen to us.
Do it.
Anything else before we sign
There'll be
off?
some ways to watch us,
Coming
soon.
up.
Watch out.
Stay tuned to
Keep
the
an
Yes
eye
Have
out.
Some social media channels for more announcements.
Yeah.
And that's all we got.
That's it.
Oh, lastly, we're going to be picking our winners tonight. We partnered with Ghost Corps and Sony to give away a couple Ghostbusters related treats from the official Ghostbusters 2017 holiday gift guide. Thank you so much to Eric at Ghost Corps for reaching out and including us on that. We love Ghost Corps.
Oh, we love Eric.
We love Eric, and we're going to be giving away some really cool prizes. And that's all I got.
That's it.
You good?
I'm going to go get my seat. I'm going to get in line
Go
right
get in
now.
line now?
I'm leaving for the movie theater now.
Cool. Jake, anything else before we sign off?
No, I mean, let's just end it. Let's just end it with the words of Ian Malcolm.
Okay.
Okay. Which
Life.
words?
Life cannot be contained.
Yes.
Life breaks free.
Yes.
Life finds a way.
I like it.
And also, there are going to be some dinosaurs on your dinosaur tour.
Here I am talking about dinosaurs again.
Now I'm by myself talking to myself. Couldn't have predicted that one. That is one big pile of shit.
That is one
Okay.
big pile of shit.
Cool. But you know what? Jeff Goldblum. I dedicate this entire year to Jeff Goldblum.
My life.
He's amazing.
He's the
Yeah.
best. Cool.
I hope he's got a leather jacket on
Oof,
this time around.
can't handle all those zippers. And all right, ladies and gentlemen, episode 80 is in the books. We'll see you next week talking about Last Jedi. Stay tuned to social media channels for Yes Have Some for announcements. For Craig Goldberg, that's me, Abigail Gardner, and
That's me.
and Jacob Walsh.
That's me.
That's me.
That's a wrap. We'll see you next time. Have a good night. Enjoy The Last Jedi. May the Force be with you.
Don't spoil it for other people.
Yeah, don't be an asshole.
Stay off the internet.
All right, bye everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Night.